Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a new release from Donna Karan, the new Cashmere collection. Now I'm very excited about this because cashmere is my #1 favorite note in all of perfumery. 9 times out of 10, if a fragrance has cashmere in it, I know I'm going to like it. And I was a fan of the first ever cashmere mist fragrances. You may have tried them at Ulta, but it never was like a big hit for me, and I don't think that it ever really took off in general. It seems like something that may have been around for a long time. People kind of looked over it, especially on the shelves at Ulta, and directed their attention somewhere else. So I think that Donna Karan is coming back with this new collection, all new packaging, rebranding, just a whole collection based around cashmere, and they wanted to really reinvent themselves and have a little bit of a viral moment. So we're getting 4 new fragrances in this new cashmere collection. We have cashmere and tiare flower, cashmere and fig, cashmere and Tunisian neroli, and cashmere and Palo Santo. Now this is a fragrance, cashmere and Palo Santo, that we're going to be talking about today. It's the one that everyone has been talking about and losing their minds over. So as you can see, we have here this all new upgraded packaging, totally new design. I'm not really quite sure how I feel about it. Upon first impression, I think it's nice, but there's something I don't know, it reminded me of something. It's kind of giving Kylie Cosmetics, Kylie Jenner, that perfume that she just launched, and the cap is a little interesting to look at, but it is a nice magnetic cap. It's very strong. The magnetism is definitely very, very strong, fits very nicely. It feels very luxe, very high-end compared to cashmere mist. So this fragrance is described as an addicting amber woody fragrance inspired by the layers of a woman. I don't know what that is supposed to mean, but we'll talk about the notes in here. So pretty simple note breakdown. We have golden peach, labdanum absolute, cashmere woods, Palo Santo, and vanilla. See, this opens so freaking pretty, so incredibly gorgeous. You immediately get this very deep, caramelized pear. Not necessarily too caramelized like how you would think. To me, it almost kind of smells like when you're roasting pears in the oven, during the fall time, and you're just pulling it out of the oven. You can see the juices going everywhere. It's the imagery that I get with this. It's like the flavors are just exploding with this amberiness added in the cashmere. The cashmere is absolutely everything here. And cashmere is just a note that when you add it to a perfume, it instantly elevates the scent. It instantly makes it smell very rich, very luxurious, and almost kind of gives it this element of clean linen, a crisp, fresh laundered linen, and also gives it a really nice kind of silky, velvety texture, which is definitely in this fragrance. After that initial blast, the fruitiness and the sweetness kind of goes in a more caramelized, almost kind of honey syrupy direction, but it doesn't smell off-putting in that way. It doesn't smell over the top, thick, syrupy, synthetic, what you think when you think of a cheap kind of smelling perfume. This is very, very elevated smelling, and the ingredients smell really good too. Very realistic. It's very, very gourmand, very dimensional. You get a lot of resinous facets to this. And the Palo Santo in this, it could be a little misleading with the name because the Palo Santo isn't smoky or ashy or anything like that. It's pretty minimal in the fragrance, if I'm being totally honest. I definitely, on skin and on paper, don't get anything smoky. It almost just kind of comes across as a very dry Palo Santo and adds to the woodiness of the scent. And that labdanum combined with the cashmere can make you think of a subtle kind of suede effect too, like a suede leather. It's not going to jump out at you. It's not going to be very strong, and you're not really going to pick it up unless you're looking for it. It just has a very beautiful, velvety, silky facet. I cannot emphasize that enough. Very, very velvety. There's not really any sort of major floral hit in this scent. Maybe something kind of similar in the realm of orange blossom, but it's not a very floral fragrance. Ultra creamy, very sexy, very addicting. And I truly do not get anything smoky in this. For me, also when I first smelled this, I looked at the packaging and I was like, this reminds me of something. But also this scent, when I first smelled it, I was like, this reminds me of something, and it took me a little while to figure it out. But this comes off as a more feminine, less spicy version of Altair by Parfum de Marly. Altair is like a very unisex kind of spicy cardamom, like gingery vanilla, but it also has a praline note that makes it more gourmand. And this reminds me a lot of it, just without the spices and a little bit more sweetness, like more of this honey sweetness and done in a more feminine way. I love it. And you get a ton of this really nice vanilla in the base. Could even be compared, not necessarily to the scent, but kind of in that same category as Le Capitale from Xerjoff. This is a 10 out of 10 fall and winter fragrance, and the performance on this is no joke. This is strong stuff. It will perform all day, all night long, whenever you want to wear it. I've only been testing it on my skin so far, on the back of my hand, and I've gotten, each time that I've tested this, I've gotten easily over 8 hours on my skin, just a couple sprays on the back of my hand. Truly incredibly strong. And you know, I compared it to the other ones in the line. I smelled all of them, and they're all very pleasant. They're all very nice, but it just seemed that none of them really had like the wow factor that Cashmere and Palo Santo has. And they also kind of reminded me of other things that I already had in my collection. It smells cozy, so incredibly sensual and edible, very yummy. It's a pretty linear scent as well, I would say. It's not really going to change that much throughout the life of it, which is what you want, because trust me, when you smell the opening of this, you're gonna be like, wow. And you're not going to want it to really transform. It really stays very sweet and girly throughout the life of it. Huge sillage and projection. It is so incredibly good, and I can completely see the hype of this. I think that we're gonna see this become like a very hot seller come fall and winter. You could definitely wear this for like summer nights if you wanted to. It's not really the most casual fragrance, I don't think, for the summer. I think that for the fall and winter, it'd be a little bit more appropriate to wear day to day casually. But for summer nights, I'd say try this on your date night. But come fall and winter, it's gonna be a banger. We're gonna see everyone talking about this because it is so freaking gorgeous. Especially if you love vanilla. Like, this is a vanilla lover's dream. And once you get a taste of this cashmere, you're going to understand what I'm saying, that it's just so good. So underrated, and I'm very happy to see hopefully a trend in designer perfumes with cashmere. If you want a vanilla that's very grown up, very sexy, and very impressive, you need to try Palo Santo and cashmere. Oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of this, seriously. And I just go about my day getting like wafts of this every time I move my hand, and I'm just like, whoa, it smells so good. Guys, you need to test this out. Now, it's supposed to be at Ulta. I haven't seen it at any Ulta near me. I found this actually at Bloomingdale's. I finally got to test the whole line there. So that is where I bought this from, but it's supposed to be at Ulta. I'll leave it linked in the description below if you're interested in trying it out. I'm not exactly sure if you can try it in store at Ulta, but it's worth, you know, checking online. But guys, I am so stoked. I know I just found one of my new like favorite sexy nighttime vanillas. So cozy. And I kind of just want to wear it for me. You ever have like one of those perfumes that you love it so much and it makes you feel so good that you just want to wear it even when you're by yourself? This is definitely one of those scents for me. So guys, that was just my first impression review of the new fragrance from Donna Karan, Cashmere and Palo Santo. It is gorgeous. The hype is real. It is 100% worth getting your nose on, especially if you love vanilla. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment below if you tried the fragrance. What do you think about it? Are you interested in trying it? I would love to know what you think. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.